Super Smash Brothers Melee!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about the importance of keeping an open mind in a fighting game. And not just Super Smash Brothers, but every fighting game, or basically any game. So let's start out. Now, keeping an open mind, I mean by, well, keeping an open mind, keeping an open strategy, being open to new ideas, and not being so focused on what you are doing, and focusing on what other people are doing around you, and what you might be doing to them, and what they might be doing to you. So let's start discussing this. One thing that I need to discuss is keeping an open mind in Melee and how this could be translated into. Now, keeping an open mind in Melee could be being able to switch your strategies. Now, by switching your strategy, let's say I'm playing Link. I usually play Adult Link, but sometimes I like playing Young Link, like you see now. But let's say I'm playing Link. My usual strategy with Link is, well, use my bombs, arrows, and boomerangs to keep him out and just do a little bit of damage. If I can get the grapple, I would usually go for a down throw into up B or up tilt, and that usually does pretty fine for me. But if I don't feel like it's working, I have to keep myself an open mind. I can't just keep at something that's just not working at that specific time or place. It might work 1,000 times, but if it's not going to work at this time, well, you gotta keep an open mind and you gotta be able to switch up to something else. So switching into a rushdown style of maybe using just my bombs and boomerangs, not even arrows, throwing them and then using the bomb explosion or an arrow and going in with normals, because they'll have to shield or dodge or something to go against the bomb or the arrow, is a really good way to approach, and it's a really fun thing to do if I'm really just bored, or hey, if my keep away style isn't working. So that's just one reason why we need to discuss this, because being able to transition into different styles that maybe you haven't even tried out before is something very important and something that you need to know to be able to actually win a lot of games in Smash Brothers, Skullgirls, Street Fighter, Marvel, any competitive game, or even card games, if you want to talk about that. You need to be able to switch up your set style. You need to be able to be open to using a lot of different styles. Now let's use another example. Let's say I was using a character like Marth. Marth is a perfect example because he has a great balance of defense and offensive strategies with his forward air, of course, which is just a great tool in general. Now let's say I'm using Marth. I usually use jumping forward air to space myself, to get the tipper of it, and to just really know my opponents, how they're going to approach me, how I'm going to approach them. It's a great tool to use. And I usually go in for grabs as well. Grabs are something that's really good with Marth because he can do really good juggles and he really knows how to approach. But a problem I have with grabs is I usually go for smash attacks directly after. But if I see that they're attacking everything, I need to be able to switch up my style. I need to be able to switch up my style, and I need to be able to start wave dashing over to them when they attack, so I can grab them again, or do a smash attack there, or do something. Even though I don't use the crouch buffer, and if you don't know what a crouch buffer is, let me shortly explain. A crouch buffer is when you crouch and attack, you'll be able to buffer your hits. So you'll be able to do, let's say, if I was Link and I had 0%, and let's say Sheik did a down tilt on me and I'm crouching, I'll be able to crouch buffer that and do my own down tilt or my up B right after, which is a really nice move. So with Marth, I would be able to crouch tilt his down tilt, which is a great move. Great move to crouch tilt, especially if you're at the edge and you're trying to edge guard. It's a great move to crouch cancel, and it's just really good. Now, another thing that I would like to talk about with being open-minded is being open-minded to switching characters or advice in general. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really like going onto YouTube or forums or anything like that to look up things like combos or setups. I like discovering them myself. Sometimes I'll see them in a competitive Smash video or a stream, and I'll use that if I see it. But I don't try and directly go in there and go like, okay, what is Mewtwo King using with his Marth right now? What is Mango doing right now? What is he trying to do with his characters? I need to do the same exact thing because he's an Evo champion 2 times in a row. Yeah, I don't really do that that often. I usually go for just let me go in there and I'll figure things out by myself. And I'll be honest, it's not the best strategy if you really want to try and learn the game. It's great for discovering your own self-play, discovering how you want to play, who you want to play, and why you want to play them. That's great to discover because when you're looking at YouTube videos or stuff, you're mostly going to see a lot of stuff for the more high-tier characters that maybe, hey, you don't like playing Fox, you don't like playing Falco, you don't like playing those characters, and there's just way too much of those, but not enough of characters that you like, not enough Game & Watch things. That's why I like going in solo, but it is good to look up stuff as well. It's good to be able to take criticism from other opponents. If a person tells you, hey, you know what, you should have not been shielding as much, or hey, you need to work on your power shielding. It might sound like they're just taunting you or something like that, especially if you lose and they're doing something that's not that very reputable on you. Like, let's say you play Pichu as a main and they completely trash you with overpowered character after overpowered character. They never, you know, go to a different level to try and be a little bit more even with you in terms of character power. Well, if I were you, take that as something, be open-minded, take that as something that you can use. If you're going to main a character like Pichu or Game & Watch, you're going to go up against those matches all the time. Everybody's going to be picking Fox, Falco, the higher tier characters, and you need to be able to know that. Even though they might have not as reputable of a intention. Maybe they're just trying to troll you or be mean or something like that. Take it as an open-minded thing. Take it as something that you can learn from. You're playing Pichu. You want to main Pichu because you like the Pokemon or you like how he plays. You like that. Just be able to be open-minded and think, you know what? It's not their fault that they played Fox and Falco because they made them. It's my fault for picking Pichu, and you know what? I'm fine with it being my fault because I enjoy this character so much. I am willing to learn all the downsides of picking this character and how I can overcome that downside. Those are just some ways that we need to learn how to be a little bit more open-minded in. And, you know, being able to change your tactics, learn things from other people, learn things about yourself, be open-minded. If you really like a character, but you feel like you're much better with another character, like, let's say I really enjoy playing Jigglypuff, but I'm much better at playing Fox. I should use what I learned from playing Fox, the parts of it that can transition well with Jigglypuff, like the air normal combos. Maybe they don't do it as well because the damage is different and the knockback is different, but being able to control myself in the air with Jigglypuff and being able to use my air normals more effectively with Fox, because his air normals are really good as well, I can use those two and combine them together just because I'm being open-minded about everything that I learn. And I think that anybody that plays a competitive game should be open-minded as well to growing and learning about their character, and hey, even characters that you don't play yourself, so you know how to go against them. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.